uh, I think we need to think broader here, and then we need to kind of like be practical and pragmatic with some of the things. These things of SONA and whatnot, those things, my brother, do not matter. They don't. What matters is the core of the issues that we're facing at the moment. We have the biggest youth unemployment in the country, in the Free State particularly, reaching 68%. It means within the next, I think, about 2 or 3 administrations, and then going with the current, how do I vehicle that we're actually pushing at the moment, we might find youth unemployment reaching 100% in the next 5 years. That is the issue that we need to be discussing. And then the problems that we're facing as a country cannot be segmented into SONAs as to who becomes the president to give us a state of the nation address. The state of the nation in South Africa is messed up. We're the most divided country in the world. The most divided country in the world, where 1% of the population is running 99% of the economy. It doesn't make sense at all. And those things, those issues and dynamics cannot be how do I put it? For lack of a better word, they cannot be uh, put within segmentation of SONAs and SOPAs and all of those things that the ruling party is actually doing. They can't. And then for us to be able to get to a point where we can say that South Africa is waiting for its people. Recently, I'm studying politically uh, the first one, I'm studying the concept of international political economy, just to have a broader understanding of access to markets, capital investment into Africa, Europe, the export markets, and all of that. I'm studying that. I'm also studying the concept of a developmental state. South Africa is not a developmental state. I know the ruling party will be pushing that, particularly in the Communist Party. It's not. You can't have a country where there's so much divisions with the ruling party that is black, but you are calling yourself a developmental state. South Africa cannot even look after its people. They can't. Government does not have money to look after its people. It doesn't, and you will see in terms of the structure of our economy and let's look at the agenda of local economic development. For instance, you go to one of the smallest municipalities, you get there, people that are deployed into LED are people that were problematic in branches of the ANC. They just deploy them in LED. There's no clear agenda from the ruling party as to how are we going to approach the issue of economic development. And then economic development is linked to another concept called inclusive growth. The growth of the country is not inclusive. We have the mining sector that is currently doing well. I was listening to MoneyWeb podcast the other time, and Simon Brown was speaking about the performance of the mining sector, including even in the Free State. The remaining mines that we're actually having here, they are generating way beyond 250 billion. But look at the state of the towns where the mines are actually located. And then here we're saying the ruling party has the political, power to can be able to write progressive legislation that can transform the economy. But that is not happening. So I don't think it will be fair for us to confine the challenges that are facing the country into a SONA. A SONA is the state of the nation address based on the activities of the ruling party against their manifesto, which was useless for the whole term ever since President Ramaphosa came into being the president of the country.
I would say,